Hi, I'm Valkyrie. I am currently a sophomore in college and I'm majoring in photography as well as dance. And I wanted to document my entire photographic process for creating self-portraits. I wanted to do this just in case anyone's interested in how the process works or wanting to maybe start taking some of their own or are just curious. I wanted to make a video showing what the process is like for me specifically. I can't speak for all artists who do self-portraits, but this is how I do it, and I just wanted to, over the next couple of days as I'm preparing for a new shoot, I just wanted to get footage of everything that goes into it, my planning, just everything. Thing I want to make clear before I continue talking about anything else is whenever I say self-portraits, they are self-portraits, but I do have help 90% of the time whenever I create them. My mother is a saint. She is like what I would consider my photo assistant, I guess. She is with me on like 90% of my shoots, and instead of me having to haul a tripod and set it up and deal with all of that mess, she has slowly over the years gotten into photography herself and has agreed to come along and help me out. Now, she's basically like my human tripod. So how the process works is usually it'll be me and her going on a shoot, out trekking in the woods somewhere, going to a location, and once we get to the spot, I will have her stand where I'm going to be, and I will set up all the camera settings, the aperture, shutter speed, all that jazz, and I will get all the settings how I want it. I'll compose some shots and I'll show her the compositions, be like, this is how I want this is kind of an idea of a pose, and then we'll switch spots and we'll do some shooting. I'll come back, look at the pictures, make some adjustments, be like, okay, I want to try this instead, I want to do this, can you maybe take a couple steps back, can you tilt the camera up some more? So it really is more of a collaborative process, and some pictures that I take all by myself. I set up a tripod, I have my camera, I have a self-timer, I have a remote sometimes, or sometimes I don't. It really just depends on the pictures I'm looking to create. It definitely 100% is a lot easier if you have somebody else that can take the picture for you instead of a tripod, because it's just so much easier to have a person get on a low angle than to be like, oh, I want to take these on a low angle, let's just adjust this tripod really quick and finagle around and set up the focus. And it's so much easier to have another person there with you, and I'm so grateful that my mom does that. I'll also be getting footage of the shoot itself taking place, so I'll set up my phone to record the shoot itself taking place so that you can see the process that my mom and I use to get these shots. Right now I'm currently thinking, I've really been into like doing fantasy shoots lately, like very Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones-esque. I'm very much into that style. I think I want to do like a princess shoot, which that sounds basic, I know, but like we'll work on it. I take that back. I think I've decided I want to do a forest nymph shoot instead of a princess shoot. Now the reason I've decided to do a forest nymph shoot is because of this wreath that I just bought at Hobby Lobby. And I'm gonna go grab this wreath and show it to you. This is the wreath I just got at Hobby Lobby. This is a plain wreath that is meant to be doctored up with whatever you feel like. Whenever I use flowers or greenery in my shoot, I try to make sure they're real just to make the photos as realistic as possible, but that's absolutely not necessary. It's just a preference of mine. But this actually is the perfect size to wear on your head as a crown. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you how I'm going to be using this wreath. I don't know at the moment if I'm going to doctor this up with any florals or any greenery. I might leave it as is if I'm going to be a forest nymph. I certainly don't think that adding a little something something would look bad. I don't know the direction I want to take the shoot just yet, but we're definitely using this somehow. Another thing I'm going to be using are these elf ears. I got these elf ears at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, and these are like the coolest things in the world. I'm going to put them on and show you guys what they're all about. I've worn them in several self-portrait shoots already, and they're actually surprisingly comfortable. Like, they don't bother me at all. So I will flip the camera around and put these on. Okay, here's what the ears look like on with the wreath. I've had to strategically place the tip of this elf ear through this hole in the branches of the wreath. Same with this one over here, but I think it looks really awesome. Now, the color of these elf ears does not exactly scream forest nymph, but I can easily alter that in Photoshop. So I'm really just going for the elf ear effect rather than the color here. So I think this is gonna be pretty cool. I don't know. As far as costume for the shoot, I have no idea what I'm doing yet. I'm about to consult my handy dandy costume closet, which literally legit is a costume full of closets. Yes, it's a closet full of costumes. And I have all these costumes because I used to dance competitively. Started when I was 7, stopped when I was 18. So all through middle school, high school, I have so many costumes, countless. I'm about to go consult the closet, and I will show you what my costume closet looks like because it is jam-packed full of costumes. Okay, this is the costume closet. Yes, it is completely packed full of costumes. In this trash bag are angel wings. This was not from a dance costume though, that was just from like a Halloween costume, Party City, I don't know. But yeah, these are all old dance costumes or thrifted like wedding gowns that I've got at a great price that I thought, oh, that might be cool for a shoot one day. Or old pageant dresses from friends and family, just a smattering of costumes, essentially. So I'm going to pick out a couple of options and show you guys what I'm dealing with. Also, that god-awful screeching noise in the background is my bird. I will bring her up shortly and introduce you to her. This is Europa, but we don't call her that. We usually call her literally anything else. Bird, burb, borb, borby, burby, burp, whatever. In my room now, this is the skirt that I came up with. I think this is going to work great. I know I originally said I was gonna try to bring out a couple different outfits to show you and then narrow them down, but honestly, this is the only thing I found in there that would really even remotely work. To me, this screams forest nymph, so it's kind of the obvious choice. This actually isn't an old dance costume. This was a skirt of my aunt's, I think. But a couple options for this would be to wear it as a skirt and then do something very minimalistic up top, or I could actually wear this as a dress. And I don't really know which direction I'm gonna take it yet, but we'll see. So this is the skirt and the wreath and the ears all together. I've decided to wear the skirt as a dress, actually. I'll have to bring it in just a little bit in the back with some clamps or a safety pin or something. But overall, I really like the fit. Bring it in closer so you can see. I've decided that I want to do my hair up instead of down with strands strategically pulled out here and there, but overall, this is the look. As far as accessories go, I don't think I'm going to do any jewelry, as whenever I think of forest nymph, they're not really wearing a whole lot of anything, to be honest, so I'm thinking the less I have, the better. But that's kind of my train of thought at this point in time. Obviously, all of that is subject to change at any moment because I am incredibly indecisive, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, so we'll see what happens. I'm about to go location scouting in the woods behind my house. I've already found a location, so I'm going to flip you guys around and show you what I'm seeing. So this is my current view. there is this natural pathway that I'm standing on right now that goes through the forest, and I believe, taken from a low angle, this will be a beautiful shot. Now, the time of day that we will be doing this photo shoot will be just before golden hour, and we're doing it just before golden hour because we are in the forest, and during golden hour the sun will be too low for us to use its light because of all the trees. So just before golden hour will be whenever we can utilize the lighting most and still get that soft quality. So just before golden hour, that would be in a couple hours from now when I'm taking this video, and at that time the sunlight is over there right now, so at that time this spot of the forest should be partially illuminated, and I think that that will end up being a beautiful, beautiful shot. I'm about to do my nails. I don't think I'm going to actually apply any polish. I think I'm just going to remove what I already have on. What I already have on is actually pretty natural, but there is some glitter that I would like to get rid of, and I think for this particular shoot I just don't want to have on anything, so that's what I'm doing now. I feel like nail polish is something that a lot of people forget about. Like, it's kind of an afterthought when it comes to photo shoots, which is understandable. I mean, it's not really on anyone's radar. You can fix the color of nail polish in Photoshop, but kind of the rule of thumb is you want to do as much work as possible on the front end rather than having to do it in editing. It just looks better. It looks more authentic that way. So I mean, if it's something you just kind of forget to do, it's not a crisis. If you forget to remove nail polish or if it's the wrong color, you can fix that. But it's always better to do it on the front end if you're thinking about it. I just purchased Photoshop probably about a year ago, actually, pretty close. Yeah, so I'm still fairly new to Photoshop. I'm comfortable with it, but I still have a lot to learn. Like, I know there are so many things that I could probably be doing an easier way, or there's probably just so many things that I don't even know how to do yet. Like, I don't know what I don't know. But this upcoming semester in college, I will be taking a still digital imaging class, so I'll be getting some editing experience there. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I did not have Photoshop up until about a year ago, and up until then I would do all of my editing on my phone. So I would take all my pictures with a camera, and then I shot JPEG. I had to back then. Because I didn't have Photoshop, I didn't have a RAW converter. So I would shoot JPEG, and then I would have to upload them onto my computer and then email myself the pictures to my phone, and then on my phone I would do all of the editing. The apps that I used were the Photoshop apps you can get on your phone for free. They're actually really good, surprisingly good for phone apps. Like, the Adobe apps that you can get for editing on your phone are actually really nice, high quality. I would recommend them strongly for anyone who does phone editing. So Photoshop Fix, I forget what all they're called. Yeah, the Adobe apps, and then I would also use Visco. I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with Visco, but that's what I use for my filters. So I don't do that anymore. Photoshop is definitely the way to go once you are committed to purchasing Photoshop. Now you can't, I don't think you can buy Photoshop like you used to be able to in just like one bulk purchase, and then it's like a disc that you can use on your computer. Now it's like a subscription, and I think that's the only way you can do it now, if I'm not mistaken. This is the bag that I've packed. We have the wreath I will be putting on once we get up to location. We have brought this little tiny harp to include in some shots if we want to. There's plenty of room in the bag to include it, so why not? If we don't use it, it's no big deal. Bug spray is so incredibly important, especially if you're going to be outside for an extended period of time. You need to apply bug spray before you make your way out to your location, but also reapply when you get there. It is so important. By the end of the shoot, you should look like you have taken a shower in the stuff. So yeah, that is all I have packed. Plus I also have my camera gear. As far as equipment goes for the shoot, I will be using my Canon 5D Mark IV along with my nifty 50mm 1.8 lens. So I've already done my hair in a low messy bun with some strands pulled out here and there. For my makeup, I'm wanting to keep it fairly natural, so all I'm doing is I'm applying foundation, concealer, the usual stuff. I am heavily contouring and I am applying false eyelashes to give it that extra pop. I'm also applying faux freckles on my face and my shoulders and my chest just to make it look a little more natural. Nope, this is the way I went in last time.
I will come to your rescue.
Thanks.
You were impatient.
Well, I couldn't tell if I was caught or not.
I mean, I could move. You want me to move over now? You don't want that.
I just wanted to say that this video has been surprisingly so fun for me to make, and I just really I just really appreciate anyone who's taken time to watch this or just gone out of their way to listen to what I have to say about this, because this has been really fun for me. And I'll probably be making more videos in the future now that I've kind of gotten past that lump of fear of making a video. I'm actually really enjoying myself. So again, thank you so much for watching this.